When winter comes to Montana, snowstorms and cold bear down for months. But for some, winter is a season like any other. You just have to be ready to face it. Rick and Casey are big game hunters. Tracking wild animals has become second nature.
Good boy, Cash.
Scott Clark is a trapper and a fisherman. He followed the footsteps of his father, Jerry, and he knows the Madison Valley like no one else. Scott and Susie have learned to face the most difficult conditions. They're the only ones to live all winter in the brutal Big Hole Valley. The Whites and the Hollenbecks have their ranches to run and animals to feed. Many animals to feed. Jenny is a sled dog breeder and an outstanding competitor. Her team is one of the best in the state. Welcome to Montana, the land of the Western pioneers.
Nothing like a fresh morning in the mountains.
There's another one right there.
Got a good one. Swim right here.
Boom, got him.
Good boy, Cat.
Woo! Woo!
Montana is known throughout North America for its waterways. Huge rivers cross the state. More than 3,000 lakes spread throughout the territory. In winter, the extreme cold turns the waters to ice. And animals retreat under a thick blanket of snow. On the shores of Lake Hebgen, at the entrance to Yellowstone Park, the competitors of Montana's largest ice fishing tournaments prepare. Pro fishermen from all over the United States compete with locals. Teams of 2 have 5 hours to catch 6 rainbow trout. The winner makes the heaviest catch and pockets $15,000 in prize money. Scott and Zach have participated in the tournament several times, and last year finished second, just a few ounces short of the winning catch. They're determined to win the tournament this year. The 2 fishermen came the day before to choose the best possible place on the lake, and they found a spot that seems promising.
I got a fish.
Got your worm again? You got the hungry fish in this hole.
This morning, the conditions are extremely tough for fishermen, but they've come prepared. The teams drew lots to determine when they'll head to their fishing spots, if nobody beats them to it.
Plenty. Number. Zach picked a chip out of the box last night, and it had 34 on it, so we're going to be 34th in line. There's about 52 teams this year. We're about in the middle starting, so we'll be sitting in 34th position, but hopefully we can get out in front. Nobody takes our spot.
As Scott and Zach head for the starting line, they know they'll have to claim their spot as quickly as possible.
Cool. All right, what's your guys' number?
32.
No,
23, 44.
23, 44. Yep.
34. We in the right place? Me and Zach, we're lined up in line. We're just sitting there, man. Both of us are just on edge, you know, just, well, is somebody gonna get our spot? Are we gonna get there? Looking at all these other teams ahead of us on snowmobiles, and we're like, Zach, we need to haul buck across this lake.
Alrighty, we're about ready to get set. Walkers, you can head off. Walkers. We're gonna give them a couple 100 yards. Alrighty, gentlemen and ladies, we're gonna get going here at the 2019 Lake Hempton NAIFC National Qualifier in West Yellowstone, Montana. You guys are back in past these flags at 1 o'clock with your fish ready to go. Alrighty, let's begin. Head her out, good luck. Boy, good luck.
When we hit the end of the cones, I said, we're gonna floorboard it. We're going as fast as we can. We're not letting anybody beat us over there. We've snowmobiled together our whole life. I don't even think I let off the whole time till I got to the spot. It was kind of hard to see where you're going. It's dark out. There's snowmobiles going everywhere. And I seen this guy coming from the side. He's heading for where we're going. And I just thought to myself, no way. I just kept it to the handlebar and just sipped right in there and got over there before he did. When your nerves are like this, you don't think about anything else. You're just thinking about get to that spot before somebody else does, or you're gonna lose this tournament. You gotta get there fast.
Oh. Well, I fucking seen that other guy. And I was like, bud. They're all coming, huh?
Lucky for Scott and Zach, no one claimed their fishing spot.
Gotcha.
They even find the holes they dug.
We got there and pulled our helmets off, looked at each other, and gave us 2 thumbs up. We said, oh, we got our spot. We're good. Nobody else can get our spot now. We're here.
They're not even froze, baby.
We're getting our stuff ready, getting the augers out, getting the fishing rods out. And I look up and I see these 2 snowmobiles coming our way, and I was thinking to myself, oh, I hope they don't get too close to us, you know? All of a sudden, man, they come right in on us. They get about 30, 40 feet from us. I look at Zach and I was like, these couple guys, I mean, come on. There's a whole lake. Can't you go somewhere else?
God damn it. Get out of my hole, fucker.
Scott and Zach's good luck just changed. The 2 newcomers are determined to settle in the same place. And there's nothing to stop them. For 5 hours, both teams will have to fish side by side. Over in the Big Hole Valley, Scott and Theo, the 2 trappers, left for a 3-day expedition into the forest.
The river's right here, in front of me.
Scott's goal is to capture 8 pine martens this winter. He received several orders from his clients to make objects inspired by Indian traditions. These orders should bring him several $1,000s.
Think I found a snowmobile trail. All right.
After a long trudge through the huge amounts of snow that fell in the last few days.
There were moments where you felt like this is too much.
They finally managed to reach the trap line that Scott set in early winter.
No bait.
And while their first trap was empty, the seconds brought them their first success.
Oh, it's a beauty.
Scott laid 6 traps in the area.
Okay, so about how far away is the next set?
About 250 yards.
Okay.
And even though the distance between traps isn't far, the conditions slow the trapper's progress.
Yeah, you got to keep that one up on the trail. No, you're crossing your shoe.
I know.
Okay.
That's gonna be tough. Yeah. Now you're gonna have a problem right in here. No, that's, still got bait?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah, the other trap's right over here.
I'd say pull it next time and, build a new one,
Yeah,
since you're having trip problems on that.
I know this is a good area.
No, bait's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 2 more sets to check.
Yeah. Here's some tracks here, Teal.
Oh, okay.
And it's
They going to the trees?
Yeah, see how it's going around the trees here?
Yeah.
There's a squirrel sign here, Teal, next to this tree. You can see the little burrow and all the scraping.
Yes. It's been feeding.
Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. There it is.
All right.
Right around the head. She's a stuck one.
Yeah, smaller.
Yep.
Too.
After 2 failures and a marten caught in trap 5,
Oh, nice. Look at all that nice orange.
Scott and Theo reached the last trap of the line.
I think we got one.
I hope. That'd be a great way to end the
Yeah.
day.
Got one. All right.
Beauty. Longer tail, too.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day up here. Beautiful. We finished the day especially with another pine marten catch, and we got 3 today, checking the line. So out of the 6 traps that we had to close down, 3 for 6, which is really good. Really made this trip worthwhile. Now our big challenge is to get our marten to our campsite so we can enjoy a nice warm fire, some camaraderie, some chocolate, and just really enjoy the night.
Oh.
You all right?
Should almost be there, aren't we?
Yeah, probably. I can see about 75 yards, maybe.
Okay, good.
We're gonna make it. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
All right. Let's keep going.
After long hours in the forest, the return to the camp will be difficult. The trappers decide to take a break.
There's a good spot here.
Okay.
We were burning more energy than we anticipated as we were breaking trail through this deep snow and pulling our toboggans.
I'm ready for lunch. Oh, that sun feels so good. What'd you bring for lunch? That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, yeah.
Besides food, Scott and Theo need to keep hydrated.
That'll put some energy.
Well, that's the beginning of the problem, because we had used all the water we had just getting to the trap line. And so now we had to procure water.
Fortunately, a river's flowing nearby.
When the winter, the problem is everything is covered over with snow, glazed over. It's a whole different landscape. So even if you've been to that spot before, you may not know exactly where the bank is. It's been drifted over. We saw an otter track that had gone through the snow and had a hole where the ice was not as thick.
I'll bet you I can get some water, punch a hole in there. I can see the otter hole.
Okay.
So I knew there was good water there. Otters like deep water. And so I worked my way down to the river there, but I didn't know exactly where the bank was.
Just take your time and,
That's not bad. It's steep no matter where you're at.
okay.
And just about the moment that I said to Tio, I wonder where the bank is,
Whoa!
it collapsed.
Near the village of Two Dot, the White family runs their ranch. At the end of a long dirt road, the place is rugged and remote. In the 19th century, when the federal government offered land to pioneers to settle in the Great West, the region had up to 9,000 inhabitants. But today, most of them have thrown in the towel. The Whites are among only a few dozen to live here.
We're located on the east slope of the Crazy Mountains. The geography of it, coupled with the weather, makes it pretty isolated, and there's not really any draw for new people to come here, you know. Most of my neighbors, they've all been here over 100 years, the same as we have, so once you're here, you're kind of stuck. As big as it is, it's strange. There's not really any room for more people, which is pretty okay. Two Dot is the closest town, I guess you'd call it, and I think there's 24 people that live there. There's a post office and a bar.
The White family raises its 1,500 cows using all natural methods. The animals eat grass and grain without hormones or antibiotics. And the food comes from the ranch's own fields. Hay, corn, barley. The farmers grow everything they need. And for irrigation, they use the snow. It's an operation that requires significant resources.
We have a big John Deere road grader with a snow wing on it. We got a D6 Caterpillar, 2 front end loaders, skid steer, 7 tractors. It takes a lot of machinery to keep all this stuff going all the time, because if you get 2 feet of snow, you can't just wait for it to go away. You know, cows have to eat. You've got to be able to get to them. It can get pretty wild. Just to keep all this equipment and water tanks and stuff for the cattle operational, we've got to have a pretty serious supply room of parts and pumps and water line and all kinds of stuff. Mostly where we get all our special order stuff is from Billings, and that's 120 miles one way. You gotta make sure you don't forget something on your list when you do go to town. You gotta kind of MacGyver a lot of this stuff together.
To feed the animals in the winter, Harrison uses a hay crusher that reduces large bales into small pieces. Easier to mix with grain and easier for the animals to digest.
A hay grinder is critical for pretty much everything we do as far as feeding all of our animals. If there's a couple inches of snow, you can talk them into eating grass, but when there's 3 feet, you can't expect them to paw through 3 feet of snow and eat old rank grass and still thrive. That's how you lose cattle, is expecting them to do that. When we have our feedlot full, we use about 25 bales a day.
After the hay mill broke down recently, Harrison had to disassemble the engine and change some parts. And now, there's a new problem.
I've got a water leak somewhere. It's coming out of this hose or one of those behind it, so see if I can find out what's leaking and get some more water in it.
We're 150 miles away from the closest guy that has a custom hay grinder, so I don't really want to be at his mercy very bad. This coolant leak, so the water is what keeps the engine at a safe operating temperature, and if you lose too much coolant, then it'll overheat and break heads and potentially ruin the engine. So if I hadn't caught that leak, we'd have overheated the motor and blew it up again. I just put it together like a week ago. So I don't want to make a habit of it. Looks like this hose clamp is no good, so I'm gonna take it off and see if I've got a new one down in the shop.
Harrison keeps his shop well stocked with spare parts.
And so that was the end of that one.
With the leak repaired, he's back in business.
Son of a bitch.
Or maybe not. Looks like he's found another problem.
Fuck. He's put new heads on it last week, and I've got an oil leak somewhere, but there's so much oil everywhere, it's hard to tell where it's coming from. So, I don't know, I have to get some brake cleaner or something and clean all this off and start it and see if I can find where the oil's coming from.
It's going to be a tough day for Harrison. He'll have to change all his plans. He must get the hay mill restarted before tonight because his animals are waiting and they're hungry. At the edge of Lake Hebgen, at the entrance to Yellowstone Park, the contestants of Montana's largest ice fishing tournament prepare for the competition. They have 5 hours to catch the 6th largest rainbow trout. While Scott and Zach thought they'd found the perfect fishing spot to win the competition and pocket the $15,000 prize money,
God damn it.
another team came to settle right next to them.
Get out of my hole, fucker.
And unfortunately, Scott and Zach can't do anything about it.
The rules say you have to be 15 feet from another team member. These guys flew right in on us. It just kind of pissed me off that they got that close to us. There's a big lake there. Come on, go a little farther away from us. They didn't have to come that close to it. You can't do anything about it. That's the rules. That's fishing.
Scott and Zach have to start fishing and ignore their too close for comfort opponents. Scott will use a brand new jig made from deer hair, which he has successfully tested a few days earlier before the tournament. In the water, the movement of the hair is supposed to attract trout to the hook. But today, success eludes the two fishermen. The competition starts with disaster.
Fuck. Can't hook him.
The trout keeps slipping off the hook.
Fuck.
They're catching the wrong fish.
Oh, it's a brown. Oh, fuck. Pull that hooker.
It's a catastrophe for Scott and Zach. And meanwhile, their competitors keep reeling them in.
I get the brown, Ricky gets the rainbow. Shit.
The one guy, he was catching a fish about every 5 minutes. And they were hooping it up, they were high-fiving. It was just kind of putting the pressure on us. Ah! Every time I hear the line spooling off their reel, I look over and they got a big fish on it. And I was just like, oh man, it's just kind of heart-wrenching, you know, watching them catch fish, but then we'd catch fish.
All right, Ricky, let me use that hole. Oh, quit fucking rubbing it in, Ricky.
You're about limited out.
It was just tough having those guys right there watching every move we did. And every time they caught a fish, I'd be like, oh, good pressure was on. I got to catch one now.
Come on, fish. We keep missing the fish when they hit the worm and we're not getting them hooked. We're jerking the hook out of their mouth and not getting the hook drove in their mouth. You should try drilling that other hole maybe, huh?
I guess.
It's worth a shot. moving holes, get a little closer to the other team where they're catching some fish over there in that hole. It's just, you can move 5 feet, you can move 10 feet, and it makes all the difference in the world. You wouldn't think it would, but it does. You just move a little bit and it helps. So we'll see what Zach just drilled a new hole. He just dropped down just now, so we'll see if he catches any fish in that hole. Rick's got another one on over there. Yeah, when you start seeing the tails coming out the top.
Come on, Zach, we need a couple more.
The change in strategy starts paying off.
Better one. I guess not much better, but a little bit.
Another dink.
6 dinks is better than none.
This one's kind of smaller, but we're gonna put it in the bucket until we catch some bigger ones so we can make sure we got all 6 of them to place good. He's just not quite big enough. Now we got 5. Little guy, god damn. That's our number 6 fish. Hopefully now we can upgrade, catch a few bigger ones. Rick's got us beat by quite a ways. We need to really step it up here coming up in the next couple hours. He's got 6 big ones. We got 6 smaller ones, so we need to start upgrading right now. He's gonna beat us.
Scott and Zach have 3 hours left to catch bigger fish, and they hope to win the tournament.
Back down, ready for another one.
In the Big Hole Valley, Scott and Theo, the 2 trappers, deal with an emergency after Scott steps through the ice into the frigid river.
Crap, I'm wet.
Oh, shit.
Son of a bitch. Look at that. My foot's soaked. Look at that.
Oh, geez.
Water's right here. Give me a second. I'm not gonna waste this time. This is frozen. We're gonna need a fire.
Okay.
The water at that moment was above freezing. It's probably 32.2 degrees. It was cold.
Quickly, I'm freezing.
Now, you're totally wet on your legs and your feet. And if those things get frostbit or frozen, you're not going anywhere.
We'll get a fire. I hope that was worth it.
It's a great day. Everything's good. You're the king of the mountain. To all of a sudden realizing that now you're in a survival situation.
You guys, grab some red whiskers.
The accident completely changed Scott and Theo's plans. They must act quickly to avoid disaster.
Immediately, you're a little bit mad because that happened.
Think you're doing okay?
No, I'm shaking.
You're in this situation where you're worried, can I start a fire very, very quickly and at least get myself warm again? This is what you have to do to survive.
Here we go. All right, get that on. Oh, you're gonna catch fire. Get some small stuff. Oh, gotta get my feet warm. Oh, that's soaking wet. I gotta dry these before I go because the snow's just gonna stick to me.
Want me to get more wood or what?
Yeah, because I'm barely starting to feel my toes.
Okay.
Get some small stuff, though. We're going out.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere. We get these feet dry.
Okay.
This is just not good. I got to start feeling my toes.
There's no time for Scott to dry his shoes and socks.
Okay.
They'll need to find a warm place to camp.
It's going to take time. We don't have a lot of time. Ouch.
They must find a refuge before dark.
It's coming off here.
It's starting to warm up.
You've got to get to shelter. But there wasn't enough resources there to make a good camp. Being able to stay or go really becomes a matter of life and death. If you stay, you're in a bad situation that you just made worse because you're not going to have a good shelter. You're going to be suffering. It's going to be a long night. You might freeze your feet now.
I can start to move my big toe.
I knew what I had to do, and it was time to move on. keep the blood flow going, get to camp, and then dry everything out.
Scott and Theo have no time to lose. If Scott doesn't dry his toes, he risks frostbite. Near the village of Two Dot, Harrison White has an emergency of his own. After repairing a water leak in his hay mill engine, he discovered an oil leak. Fuck. He must repair it in order to feed his animals.
A lot of this equipment isn't brand new, so you just expect that you're gonna have problems with it, and most of the time it's just part of the job. What's very stressful is not having anything to feed your animals. That's kind of go time. You got to make something happen. And recently we had an engine failure with our grinder, so I had to put a new set of heads on it. And when you tear an engine down like that, the first couple times you run it after you put it together, there's always loose fittings and leaks.
It seems the oil leak was caused by loose nuts. The mill should now be operational again. The 2 leaks have been repaired.
A couple other little things I want to check, and then we'll go back out and finish with that hay.
But while testing the machine, Harrison notices that the engine temperature gauge isn't moving. That means a bad thermal probe. Without it, he can't detect overheating, which could inadvertently cause the engine to explode.
The thing about hay grinders is, you know, that machine's just tearing itself apart, so it's constantly wearing and breaking drive chains and bearings and all kinds of things. Anytime you're grinding something, you know, something's gonna give eventually. It's a very high maintenance machine, but in order to do things efficiently, as far as your feed efficiency goes, there's no way to avoid it.
He'd simply reverse the probe cables when he reassembled the engine. This third breakdown of the day will be a quick fix. Now, everything seems to work. But this morning, fate strikes Harrison again. One last surprise awaits him. His pickup's leaking coolant.
I do have that corn truck showing up at 1. And I gotta be ready for him because he don't want to sit here waiting for me. Put some water in this and deal with this part later.
It's already late morning, and Harrison can no longer afford to stay at the workshop. The animals are still waiting for their food.
Ryan Harrison, what's a radiator for an '88 Ford F350 1-ton worth? $460. You've got one in Harlow? No shit. Well, that's pretty remarkable. No offense.
Harrison can't afford to lose any more time, and repairing the truck's radiator will take hours.
All right, thanks a lot, Ryan.
He'll just have to wait until the spare part arrives from the city tonight.
Very typical day. All this stuff breaks, especially when it's cold, and you just got to be ready for it when it does happen and deal with it with whatever resources you have available and keep going.
Harrison must try to make up for the lost time. But at least the old hay mill is repaired.
It's still running.
That's life at the White family ranch. Nothing ever goes as planned. But in the end, the animals always manage to get fed, and so the ranch continues to operate, as it has for 5 generations and 125 years. On Lake Hebgen, Montana's largest ice fishing tournament winds down.
Come on, Zach, we need a couple more.
Scott and Zach started fishing almost 5 hours ago, and they'll try until the last moment to catch the biggest trout possible and win the $15,000 prize.
You got to bring the 6 biggest fish to the weigh-in. It's too big. There's a better one. We should have 10 by now. Missed that one, I think, Kevin.
The siren announces the end of the contest. It's time for Scott and Zach to choose, with the naked eye, the 6 biggest fish they've caught.
Better pull than last year, I'd say.
Yeah. I think it's that one. What do you think?
Yeah, looks good to me.
About the same length. So we looked at them. There was these 2 that were really close for our number 6 fish. All I could think about was last year losing by 1/8 of an ounce. About the same. I told Zach, I said, we got to make this right. This was a little wider, huh?
Yeah, a little longer, yeah.
So go with that one, huh?
Yep.
Decided. We both made executive decision that this one was the biggest one. Threw it in the bucket. That was our choice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom.
It's time for all the competitors to bring their buckets to the tournament organizers.
I think we did pretty good for the day. We caught about 15 fish, kept our 6 biggest for the bucket to turn in, and we just got to go to the weigh-in now and see what happens.
How's it going? I can see one that's going in.
We'll see who's got a better bucket of fish. I think they got us beat. They looks like they had some bigger fish than we did.
At the weigh-in, the judges have the final say. The 2 young Montana fishermen have lost again this year. 2 brothers from Canada win the tournament.
Congratulations.
That's cool. Our 2 brothers, they traveled who knows how far to get here to this tournament. I'm happy for them. You know, fishing's fishing. We didn't win this year. There's always next year.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Thus ends the largest ice fishing tournament in Montana. Scott, who fished this lake since he was a kid, really wanted to win. Instead, the prize goes to strangers, at least this year.
Congratulations. See you again.
I'm gonna fish this tournament until I get first place.
In the Big Hole Valley, Theo waited for Scott to warm up a little after falling in the river.
Whoa, son of a bitch. I can start to move my big toe.
He needs to get Scott warm and dry fast. For now, they have but one goal: to get to a small cabin not far from another line of Scott's traps, where they'll find a shelter to spend the night. They reach their destination just before dark. By now, Scott's foot is seriously numb.
Woo! Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. We made it.
Yeah.
Arriving at the sod roof cabin was a great joy, but it was basically snowed in. It's a log box with about 2 to 3 feet of snow on all sides and on top of the roof. So deep that you weren't able to open the door.
There you go. Okay, let's go about a foot more.
All right. Just a second.
Okay, that should do it. Just like that. Yeah.
When you got inside the cabin and was able to get a fire going and your bedding laid out, it was a great secure feeling to know you had this log enclosure around you. You were protected from the wind, protected from the snow, protected from the animals. There was only one way in, one way out, and you felt a lot better with that fire going. It was a great feeling.
Once we get a good bed of coals in, we're
Start cooking.
cooking.
To our adventure.
To the venture.
Another one under the belt. More to come.
3 more marten.
3 more marten.
We beat it another day.
We tied.
Tied, okay.
We're alive.
Well, that's right.
The night will be short for the 2 trappers.
Hey, Teal, you awake?
After 3 days in the forest, it's time to go home.
Ready?
Yep. It's nice to be going downhill.
That's not bad.
With 3 pine martens in the haversack and a big fright in the river,
Starting to warm up.
this expedition to the end of the Big Hole Valley was a real challenge for Scott and Theo. But they've succeeded, and now deserve a little fun.
Realizing the house wasn't very far away, you'd accomplished your goal, let it out, and let's have us a heck of a ride down the hill. It was just a moment to celebrate and to let the dog run, and that's what we did. I gotta say that this trip, despite being very cold, tough conditions to travel in, deep snow, it was one of the greatest adventures that I've done to this date.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Yes. To the mountains.
To the mountain.
Yes! Hey!